Hi, Runway Riot. This is Amanda Thomas, and this is My Body, My Story. I love my eyes and my lips and my curves. I grew up in a really multicultural household, and so I really identify with my multi-ethnic background. My father's Panamanian, my mom's Jamaican, so I kind of love the fusion of that kind of Caribbean and Latin background, and that's what I mostly identify with. My father growing up and his heritage in Panama, and then my mom's side of the family and her heritage being Jamaican, and just how taking those two different identities and then being born here in the United States and having also that American identity. And I think it makes me very unique. Like in the United States, still a very male-driven culture, so a lot of sexism, a lot of catcalling still, that whole thing.
What kinds of things did you hear?
Oh, my entire life is catcalling. Very inappropriate things to things like, oh, hey, beautiful, oh, smile, come talk to me. Well, when I was younger, a little girl, it's embarrassing. Walking with my dad or my brother and things like that. It's like, why are they pointing, why are they giving me attention? And as I've gotten older, it's so much easier to ignore. So.
Yeah, they're not essential.
Exactly.
I'm going to repeat back to you something you wrote once. You said, I learned that my worth was far deeper than my under thighs, my cheeks, my stomach. Mm-hmm. Can you tell us more about that?
Growing up, my mom I was very grateful to have a very empowering mother who would always focus on my talents versus my appearance. So she would say things like, oh, you're so smart, or you're a beautiful dancer, or you're such a nice person. And so I really learned that my worth was far deeper than my appearance, that I had so much more to offer this world. And I really have my mom to thank for that. At a very young age, before I started school, I loved myself. I remember from a very young age loving myself. And then going to school, even though at home there was all this enforcement that I'm a beautiful person inside and out, it's once I got to school and I started comparing myself to my classmates, I started to doubt myself and wanted to lose weight, wanted to look a different way. In elementary school, I was the tallest, curviest girl in class, and so I just wanted to be the tiny 11-year-old instead of the 5'4" 11-year-old. And so it was my image in elementary school and in middle school and in high school it was hard. Sometimes it was really hard for me to look in the mirror because I wanted to look a certain way and I didn't. I was sometimes embarrassed when we would take class photos and I was towering over everyone and almost the height of the teacher. So,
what's good about being tall?
I was at this volunteering with a group of people from school, and all the girls everyone was supposed to wear black and white because we were serving people for something. I don't remember what exactly it was for, but I was wearing this velvet skirt that my mom had just got me that I loved, and all the girls were making fun of me in the skirt because my butt was really big, and they were walking around pushing their butts out look at us, we're Amanda. And it was really frustrating, and I think it's really ironic now because everyone wants a big butt. So I look back on that story and I'm just if I could just tell my 12-year-old self. Being tall at that age was fun because people thought I was a lot older than I was. But yeah, that was fun, being 11 and people thinking I was 16.
Do you need to blend in the crowd? Do you think that that's something you should do?
I did, but not so much anymore.
How do you feel now?
Now I'm happy to be unique, and I would like to be unique because there's so many people that do the same thing that it sometimes gets boring, and I feel like you should be unique and you should shine and you should be somewhat like one in a million, like out of the crowd. I feel comfortable in my body, but I'm not 100% comfortable in front of a camera.
You've talked about how you're comfortable wearing things that show your body.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
I love clothes and I love fashion, different fashion trends, and I want to try them out. And I think the best way to try out a fashion trend is to just find the trend and put it on. And so I'm fine with wearing whatever. And if I look in the mirror and I'm like, this looks really cool, I like it and I'm comfortable, I'll wear it. Because I get really hot really quickly. So I don't like hiding in sweatshirts. But I also think that I think a part of loving your body is loving what it looks like. And I think that hiding it it doesn't help you feel good. So like when you're walking down the street and you catch your reflection in a building, I don't want to see myself all covered up and like sad. I want to look and say like, oh, I look like I could be in an ad right now. I love my outfit.
You talked about how sometimes it's other people that are uncomfortable.
Yes.
The fact that you're comfortable.
Yeah.
So they're upset
Yeah.
that you're having a good time.
Yeah.
You're loving life.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I will never understand why people talk about what people are wearing because it actually has nothing to do with them. But I get it a lot. I have friends that get it a lot, and I just think it's people that are uncomfortable with someone's comfortability.
And what's your take on that?
Well, I definitely think it's like it's an internal issue that's being projected out, and I feel like sometimes if someone sees someone that's really comfortable in their skin, they feel like, oh, I wish I could be comfortable in my skin, but instead of like figuring out a way for them to be comfortable in their skin, or even like talking to that person like, wow, you have so much confidence, where did you get that confidence? Instead they decide to like be a little bit angry, and that's how they manifest that want to be more confident.
And people say, oh my God, you said that people say to you, like, I couldn't pull that off.
Yes,
you must be really confident.
Yes, I get that a lot. I remember once I went to this party and I was wearing this ridiculous shirt, and this one girl stops me and like it shakes my shoulders, and she's like, I would never have the amount of confidence to pull off that shirt. And I was like, okay, that's fine.
Thank you.
Thank you. Most recently, for my graduation, when my mom came, we went dress shopping, and we were shopping all day long, and I could not fit into anything. And when I get to the point where I cannot fit into anything, I'm like sweaty and tired, and I don't want to do it anymore, but my mom kept dragging me everywhere. And then she drags me to Macy's, which was probably the worst decision. And I try on she picks up like 10 dresses, and the first dress I try on fit like a glove, and it was so beautiful, and I was so happy with how I looked in the dress. And my mom took a picture of it, a picture of me in the dressing room with hair a mess, no makeup on, because we were running around all day, but it's like one of my favorite pictures because I think I look so great in the dress.
Describe the dress.
It is a Ralph Lauren mini dress, so it goes right above my knees, and it's this deep navy blue, and with a slip underneath and a lace dress on top, and it's long sleeves, and the sleeves like almost like sprawl out onto my hands, and then it like goes up and it has a collar. It's really frustrating, I think, being judged on appearance, because even though it's really cliche, there's so much more to people than their appearance, and it's like an iceberg. Like, appearance is literally just the tip, and the person is the entire iceberg that's underneath the ocean. And I think that people that judge on appearance, they're really missing out on some very beautiful people in the world.